Welcome to another installment of CinemaTopiaGaming Action Packed, where we look at action films from the last few decades. Sylvester Stallone made a great start with his most famous film, Rocky, and kept the series strong with its sequels. On the same year that Rocky III came out, he starred in an action film called First Blood, the first film that features his second most well-known role, John Rambo. Rambo is a U.S. Army veteran who was rewarded the Medal of Honor for his services in the Vietnam War. He returns home to search for one of his friends, only to find out he has passed away due to cancer of Agent Orange exposure. While walking into town, a sheriff played by Brian Dennehy tries to escort him out of town, but Rambo refuses, leading to his arrest. However, he escapes after the police were bullying him and hides in the mountain. The sheriff then goes on a hunt for him, and Rambo uses his guerrilla tactics and booby traps to fight against them. Also on the search is his mentor, Colonel Troutman, played by the late Richard Crenny, who tries to convince the sheriff to let him go, because he is a one-man army.
That money, don't forget one thing. A good supply of body bag.
Stallone is great as Rambo. He's not just some tough guy who can take out his enemies with just his bare hands and signature knife. He's a troubled character, as you can see the torment he goes through as some painful flashbacks from the Vietnam War start. Does a great job playing as a cop who is just a big jerk, and he probably deserves those injuries he's got. Last but not least, Richard Crenny is a great as Colonel Troutman, who serves as a fatherly figure to our main character and wants him to make it out alive. The movie has some good action, and there are some explosions and gunfire, but also some suspenseful scenes. You see how well Rambo uses his survival skills, using camouflage to hide himself and constructive booby traps to scare his enemies away, something which Metal Gear Solid 3 took some inspiration from. Aside from the action, it has its share of emotional moments, mainly the ending. I won't spoil it, but it features one of Stallone's greatest on-screen performances. He really nailed it by the end. If you haven't seen it, I say give it a watch, and maybe check out the sequels. It will blow your mind.
Sylvester Stallone. This time, he's fighting for his life. First Blood.